Hello, my name is James Hughes, Chief Market Analyst here at Scope Markets, and this is your daily briefing. Stocks in Asia jumped overnight with the Nikkei trading up over 2% after the Dow Jones surged higher, closing up over 7.5% on Monday's trading. During the Asian session, we saw Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said he was going to roll out an unprecedented economic stimulus plan equal to 20% of output, as his government vowed to take all the steps necessary to battle the deepening fallout from coronavirus. Markets were in a risk-off scenario during Monday's session in the US as shares surged higher, seeing the Dow Jones close over 1,600 points in the green. Signs that the pandemic was starting to peak in the US epicenter New York gave markets cheer as the increase in new cases and deaths was relatively flat for a second straight day. There was also late buying in stocks after a news report for around the closing bell stated that there could be another government stimulus plan in the works, this time to the tune of $1.5 trillion. That would add to the 3 other stimulus plans already added in by the Federal Reserve and the US government. Infections in Italy and Spain also added to hopes that the peak in the coronavirus cases was on the horizon as numbers in both of those countries started to fall. That helped a bid in stocks that had been hit previously, such as cruise line and airline stocks. There's going to be an added increase in how stocks are performing in the next few weeks as earnings season will kick off in the middle of April. Technology was what led the rally on Wall Street as investors piled into those FANG stocks, which is Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix and Google, as well as big chip stocks. The pound also fell aggressively as it was announced that the UK Prime Minister was moving into intensive care yesterday in the UK. It was stated that the Prime Minister's symptoms of coronavirus, which he's had for 10 days, worsened on Monday, meaning that he had to be moved to ICU. The news took the pound lower, and there were fears as to, firstly, whether Boris Johnson would recover from the coronavirus, and secondly, whether it would affect the UK's ability to handle the crisis. We also have to look towards the oil price as oil very much becomes erratic. We saw a move on Monday slightly higher, but there is growing uncertainty over whether OPEC and its allies will agree a rate cut production.